it was done. It was almost done. We went ahead and changed everything up, guys. In my previous video, we got the hood hinges all welded up, fully bolted in, everything. So the hood is fully functional, and a few other little things done. We got everything, the fenders bolted up, all of it. Now, in today's video, we're going to be working on the hood and the fender, kind of tying everything and making it look more appropriate. Now, I did a little bit of work off camera. Let me show you what we did. So if you look right here, I went ahead and completely refabbed everything up. Now this is not done, not even relatively close, but we have the structure made. We still have a lot of trimming to do, trimming here, sanding, so on and so forth. The way we went about this, let me show you. On this side, what I went ahead and did was, so as I said in the previous video, with the G37 hood hinges, they sit more forward, so it opens the hood differently as opposed to the G35 when they're more back. So to basically counteract for that, we had to trim the hood. So it used to just come right here, and then it was actually a little bit more straight here, and then I added an extension basically. As you guys saw, we cut all that out, and then we had to cut the fender here, and we had to cut the fender here. So now that we have the hood hinge scooted back, I wanted to kind of try to play around with that. And if you guys also remember, the hood sat a lot higher and the hood hinge was actually showing. So what I did was I took some carbon fiber, some cardboard. We hot glue gunned it in, try to recreate exactly how this fender was before I cut it up. And then what that allowed me to do is now it hides the hinge. So now this actually goes over the hinge, which is perfect. And then since we cut this off, I kind of reshaped it, because like I said, this used to kind of come a little bit more. So you can see this is the old line, so this used to come all the way up more to there, basically right where this cardboard is at. Now what I did was I took a picture that I used to have of my G35 and I tried to recreate exactly how a G35 is. So now, yeah, it's not perfect, it's a little off. We might even consider extending all of this, which means of course we're gonna have to do it on that side as well, but we hot glue gunned everything in and it looks beautiful. guys, so the camera for some reason stopped recording, but basically I mixed up some 3M panel bonder, put it all down the bottom of both, and screwed it back in. I'm gonna probably go ahead and put some tape though on this as well. Maybe it's not, just in a couple spots, or in actually another screw. Put a screw where I feel it should be, and then yeah, once this is fully hardened, so 24 hours, pull the screws out. We'll begin shaping it some more. All of this is gonna get trimmed and whatnot, and then we can go ahead and start doing some filler, and then we'll pull the hood off. On the other side, go ahead and put some more glass underneath.
I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I push my mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss. See, I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python. Grab what I like real fast, choke until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see, matter of fact. Cause I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed, and everything I do the best. And deep within my mind you know I'll always manifest it.
me if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed, and everything I do the best. And deep within my mind, you know I'll always manifest it.
Alright guys, so that's where we're going to leave today's video off. As you saw, we got all of this removed. There it is. The other side we were about to, but I don't have enough space and I don't feel like moving my car out. And it turns out I really did not have to. Basically, I just transferred, made a template, and got both of them basically now drilled out. So we will have to weld on an extension. We might even cut this, scoot this up and weld it on to meet with the front bolt or nut, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, but I think we're looking good. Pretty much, like I said guys, since this is not my daily, I have the time to rip it apart and just work on it as I please, you know. So the other route, had I continued just working on it, we probably would have been done. But would it have looked the best? I think it would have looked really good, but it's something that would really bug me. Just the shape of this, it just went too straight. So now we're gonna have more of like that natural curve. It's gonna look more factory, if you will. But right now the main thing is getting the G35 hood hinges bolted in the factory spot, bolting up to a G37 hood, which as you see, it's taking some modifications. Pretty much the reason why we're doing that, if I don't remember if I talked about it or not, with the G35 hood hinge bolted up, I believe we were able to get, what was it, if we went into the first one, okay, which would be the back, it was too far back, so it wasn't latching. So pretty much what we did was I took as you saw me do right now, I took the hinges off, latched it, scooted it back as far as it can go while still latching, and then I used grease, put it on here, right on top of the stud. And then with this bolted in place, I went ahead and you know, squeezed in there, opened it. That way it made its mark. So that's where now it's gonna sit. So that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. And yeah, I think this is gonna be really good. So now we're able to use factory G35 hood hinges bolted in, not having to weld G37, you know, ones to here. Because if I don't remember where they were, but it was like somewhere way up in here. It was just bad. So this is gonna be much better. And then from there, we'll end up cutting out all of this. All of this is gonna pretty much, we're gonna make a line here. We're gonna cut and then cut. And then the top half will be completely rebuilt basically. So that's why if you guys follow me on Instagram, I posted if anybody has any factory G35 fenders that they're willing to sell for cheap, or if I can just borrow them so I can make a mold of this piece, this whole piece. Eventually, maybe even soon, we might actually go to pick your part, and I'll probably just cut it out if they have them and just pay for the scrap, whatever that'll be, and then we'll actually weld that whole piece in. That way everything's kind of factory. And then when doing this, just so you guys know, if you guys do plan on doing a G37 conversion and you decide now to go the route I'm going with G35 hinges, now these will be needing some modifications, but not only that, but the hood is gonna need modifications. If you guys remember, I cut that notch out right here. If you remember, it kind of came like this, and then we had that, okay? Now, if you don't cut that, when you open it, it's definitely gonna be hitting. So this whole section of the G37 hood is still going to be needing to get modified. We're not even there yet, so I don't know to the extent. That's why I did not want to cut the fenders yet until this is fully bolted up with the G35 hinges, latching and everything. And then we'll kind of throw the fenders back on and kind of see where we're at. I'm super excited. Hopefully it works. I'm already visioning it, and it's gonna be amazing. I think it's gonna be so cool. So stay tuned, subscribe, and I hope to catch y'all there. Till next time, peace.